Alright, this is the Russell 2000. Basically want to show you how I would chart it out in a dream world. That's not the way I want it. Anyways, I'm basically finding the levels and how I would want the robot to trade perfectly. Sorry, I just want those to be kind of accurate. So this is the Russell. I think it's the best market for range trading, because if you look, this red line represents previous high day. Right? That's a huge move, right? We also need something in there that says, like, look, it tested this range. It only spent X amount of 4 minute, 3 minute or 3 1-minute candles touching the range, or something like that, and then broke above previous high day. I mean, this was kind of an easy one because the range was so tight. There should have been a long signal, essentially above right here. But this is still Globex. But I feel like that should have been caught on the perfect algo. So here's opening print on the Russell. This is 630. I mean, it's the small cap index. So I mean, again, you need to have something that says, like, X amount of 1 minute bars, or something that says above previous day open is your long signal. No, this is weekly high. If we look on, let's go to 30 minute. We got to get those lines marked up. So that put in a weekly high. And why does that matter? Right? Because if we go back to our 5-minute chart, this weekly high, there was a gap left right there that needs to be filled. Right? So once that gap was filled, and it's pretty much able for the shorts to get control again, it seemed. I mean, the algorithm really needs to know where the middle of the range is as far as the gap. Now, if we go back, we see this 127 that we got from this extension, this previous high or previous low day, previous high day. If we go back on a 30-minute, we take that price level tool and we go back to the previous week's low, and we mark that up right here, and then we also mark that 1.27 up right here, and we realize that they're only about three points away. So this was a pretty good opportunity trade. So our algorithm kind of needs to know things like this, because I mean, to be honest, that's confluences everything in the market, and that's a 1.27, and it's also pretty close to the weekly low, and this is the weekly high. And we pretty much tested the weekly high in a way by trying to fill that gap, by filling that gap and not getting above it. Was the robot should have been short with consecutive candles not filling above this gap. And I mean, the exit should be, to be honest, the magnet is the opening print of that day. That's how, if you were patient and you sat on your hands and you did, like an old man, that's how a lot of professionals would do that. I mean, here's another one where opening print, the range is just kind of weird because opening print and previous low day are so close. But when you have a failure previous week high, I mean, where else are you really going? I mean, that's That's the basics of it. Is range trading. So it takes a lot of faith, but it does work. And I wouldn't be surprised if by Friday we were back to 1027, 1033s easily. Why can't we test previous? Whoops, this is previous high day. This previous high day is yesterday's opening print. So that'd be probably like an area for sure. You probably would want to short on first touch. But above this 1017, you're gonna get 1024. Even above the 1010 probably. But that's how I'd go about finding trades really. If I were to build an algorithm, off of what I think would be killer, and what would be a really cool thing to at least research the testing on, and how well something like this would do. But yeah, I guess still a lot more rules.